Well, hello, my weekend readers. It is the first day of winter break, and I am missing you so much. But don't worry, I am being kept warm by my new pajamas. Do you like them? Anyway, today we will be reading And Tango Makes Three by Justin Richardson and Peter Parnell, illustrated by Henry Cole. Now remember, make sure that you tune into the whole video, because at the end, I'm going to ask you a question, and you should write down the answer to that question in your agenda, and I will check it over next year when we see each other again. I will be so excited to see you guys again and read all the answers that you have for my question. So let's get to it with And Tango Makes Three. In the middle of New York City, there is a great big park called Central Park. Children love to play there. It has a toy boat pond where they can sail their sailboats. It has a carousel to ride on in the summer and an ice rink to skate on in the winter. Best of all, it has its very own zoo, like when we went to the zoo. Every day, families of all kinds go to visit the animals that live there. You think they have unicorns at that zoo? But children and their parents aren't the only families at the zoo. The animals make families of their own. There are red panda bear families with mothers and fathers and furry red panda bear cubs. There are monkey dads and monkey moms raising noisy monkey babies. There are toad families and toucan families and cotton-top tamarin families too. There they are. See? Red panda, the other ones. Here's the bigger picture. Beautiful illustrations in this book. And in the penguin house, there are penguin families. Every year, at the very same time, the girl penguins start noticing the boy penguins, and the boy penguins start noticing the girls. When the right girl and the right boy find each other, they become a couple. Starting out all the penguin families. Two penguins in the penguin house were a little bit different. One was named Roy, and the other was named Silo. Roy and Silo were both boys, but they did everything together. They bowed to each other, they walked together, they sang to each other, they swam together. Wherever Roy went, Silo went too. They didn't spend much time with the girl penguins, and the girl penguins didn't spend much time with them. Instead, Roy and Silo wound their necks around each other. Their keeper, Mr. Gramsci, noticed the two penguins and thought to himself, they must be in love. Roy and Silo watched how the other penguins made a home. So they built a nest of stones for themselves. Every night, Roy and Silo slept there together, just like the other penguin couples. So cute. And every morning, Roy and Silo woke up together. But one day, Roy and Silo saw that the other couples could do something they could not. The mama penguin would lay an egg. She and the papa penguin would take turns keeping the egg warm until finally it would hatch. And then there would be a baby penguin. You could see all the different penguin families with their babies. How do you think Roy and Silo feel right now? Roy and Silo had no egg to sit on and keep warm. They had no baby chick to feed and cuddle and love. Their nest was nice, but it was a little empty. You can see their empty nest there. One day, Roy found something that looked like what the other penguins were hatching, and he brought it to their nest. Look at that. It was only a rock, but Silo carefully sat on it and sat and sat. When Silo got sleepy, he slept. And when Silo was done sleeping and sitting, he swam, and Roy sat. Day after day, Silo and Roy sat on the rock. Do you think the rock will hatch? But nothing happened. No. Then Mr. Gramsci got an idea. He found an egg that needed to be cared for, and he brought it to Roy and Silo's nest. Roy and Silo knew just what to do. They moved the egg to the center of their nest. Every day they turned it so each side stayed warm. Some days Roy sat while Silo went for food. Other days it was Silo's turn to take care of their egg. They sat in the morning and they sat at night. They sat through lunchtime and swim time and supper. They sat at the beginning of the month and they sat at the end of the month. And they sat all of the days in between. They're taking really good care of that egg. Until one day they heard a sound coming from inside their egg. Beep, 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 it said. Roy and Silo called back. Squawk, squawk. Beep, beep, answered the egg. Suddenly, a tiny hole appeared in the egg's shell. And then... crack! Out came their very own baby. She had fuzzy white feathers and a funny black beak. Now Roy and Silo were fathers. We'll call her Tango, Mr. Gramsci decided, because it takes two to make a tango. Roy and Silo taught Tango how to sing for them when she was hungry. They fed her food from their beaks. They snuggled her in their nest at night. Tango was the very first penguin in the zoo to have two daddies. Soon, Tango grew strong enough to leave the nest. Roy and Silo took her for a swim, just like all the other penguin families. And all the children who came to the zoo could see Tango and her two fathers playing in the penguin house with the other penguins. Hooray, Roy! Hooray, Silo! Welcome, Tango! They cheered. Oh, how nice. Look, now they're there with all the other families. At night, the three penguins returned to their nest. There they snuggled together and, like all the other penguins in the penguin house and all the other animals in the zoo and all the families in the big city around them, they went to sleep. The end. Oh, this book is so lovely. So, this was And Tango Makes Three. So, Tango is the baby penguin. And Tango Makes Three by Justin Richardson and Peter Parnell. So, if you like this book, remember that you can check it out at a Prince William County Public Library. Oh, thanks so much for listening, my weekend readers. Here is my question. I'm so glad that we are able to take this winter break and spend time with our families. Will you tell me what your favorite part about your family is? Go ahead and write that down in your agenda, and I will read it over next year when we see each other again. Make sure that you are staying warm, my weekend readers. Have a lovely, lovely winter break, and I cannot wait to see you guys in January. See you later.